Sai bhai, first up, how do you see this total? I'd asked the same question to Harbhajan Singh, that which team would be happier. You'd say that the Indian team would have taken this at the start, would be happy to chase a total like 252?
Absolutely, because look, the Indian batting lineup, the depth in the batting lineup is such that a score like this should not be challenging. But again, you do not want to take anything lightly. You do not want to be overconfident. You do not want to lose wickets in the first 10, 12. It's going to set you back. So what you want to do really is to get yourself off to a good solid start. It doesn't have to be a six run and over start because in the first 10 overs there's always that temptation to try and go over the top because it's only two fielders outside. But you could lose a wicket and that can bring New Zealand back in the game.
Sai bhai, we were talking about New Zealand's position. Now you say that it's a good total that India should chase it down because of India's batting, and you're absolutely right. We've seen it throughout this tournament. Somebody or the other really steps up. But at that one point, and we were talking to Harbhajan also about it, New Zealand had a great start, could have been dreaming of 280, 290. What really pecked them back? What really got New Zealand on the back foot and India take control of this game?
I think it's the spinners, definitely the spinners, because the earlier on, because the ball was coming onto the bat quite nicely, which is something that the New Zealanders are used to. They were able to stroke the ball, find the gaps. Again, just two fielders outside the 30-meter circle for the first 10 overs meant that they could capitalize on that. The moment the spinners came on, suddenly the pace of the wicket went off. There was no pace off the pitch, which is what the New Zealanders wanted. The ball was also, they weren't able to pick what Chakravarti was doing. And that certainly helped in putting the brakes because the wicket is the important thing. They got one wicket, they got then Ravindra, who was batting so well, and Kane Williamson, their mainstay. They got them out in very quick time, and that is what set New Zealand back.
You know, Sai bhai, I spoke to Harbhajan a short while ago. Two standout performers for India, Kuldeep Yadav, Varun Chakravarti, both spinners. Harbhajan spoke about Kuldeep Yadav. I'm going to come to you about Varun Chakravarti. Before this match, Mitch Santner was asked that, you know, Varun Chakravarti, wrecker-in-chief in the previous game, picked up 5 wickets. Will he be the one that will decide the match? To which the New Zealand camp had answered that, listen, we've played him now. We know the kind of bowling that he's doing. We've seen his videos as well. We've kind of figured him out. That question has been answered now, whether they figured him out or not, because he was as effective, if not in terms of wicket, but overall effectiveness as he was in the first game. So clearly, that mystery about Varun Chakravarti remains.
Yes, because, you know, he mixes it up quite well. He's also got a seam-up straight delivery, which he bowls at more than 100, about 110 kilometers per hour, without any change in run-up, without any change in his action. So he certainly can bamboozle the batters. The wrong one that he bowls turns a little bit more. There is an off spinner that he bowls which also gripped and turned a bit. And then there is a conventional sort of back of the head sort of leg spinner which turns a little bit. So he's got the variety. But more importantly, he's got the line and the leg, which is something which has happened over the years. When he first came into international cricket, when he first came into the Indian team, he wasn't quite confident. Now he's grown in confidence. He's bowled to the best of batters in the T20 and he's held his own against some of the biggest and strongest hitters in the game. And so when you do that, then your confidence goes sky high.
Those drop chances, and it wasn't one or two. On last count, I think there were 5 to 6 drop chances in that entire New Zealand innings, and that's never healthy for any team. Could that come back to bite this Indian team come the end of the 100 overs of this match?
I hope not. India's fielding has been outstanding, but ground fielding has been outstanding. But what we have seen over here is that the odd catch has gone down in this tournament. Not all of them were easy. There were some where you have to dive forward, and it's never easy. Where Rohit Sharma had to jump, the timing of the jump is so important. Maybe if he was a couple of inches taller, the ball would have been in the palm and not gone off the fingertips. But these are ifs and buts of the game. What the Indians did, which we must focus on, is the way they supported in the outfield. Kohli was outstanding, wasn't allowing the batters to steal a single on either side. Rohit Sharma also at mid-wicket was very, very good. Shubman Gill in the deep, Shreyas Iyer in the deep. They dropped difficult catches, but otherwise they were restricting the boundaries. They were not allowing the boundaries to happen. and that is a plus point.
I'm looking at the worst case scenario. I know India in a better position, but worst case scenario. What can be the only way India can lose this particular match?
For India to lose the game, they've got to lose 5 wickets in the first 25 overs. If that happens in the first 25 to 28 overs, then you could say that India will struggle, because that will mean that for the remaining half of the Indian batting, they will have lost the cream of their batting. They still have a little bit of depth in their batting, but they would have lost the cream of their batting. So losing 5 wickets in the first 25 overs would be the worry.
And finally, Saibhai, before we let you go, a quick word on that one moment that we saw. Ravindra Jadeja finishes his over of 10 overs, that spell, and you see Virat Kohli come, give him a hug. Was it in any way an indication this was the last time Jadeja has bowled in one-day cricket for India? Is it his last game? That's why the hug, or are we reading too much into it?
Very good spell, just bowling 10 overs, giving away 30 runs. That is 3 runs an over. That is a phenomenal economy rate in the days of the big bats, big muscles, and short boundaries. So I think that is what it was. But whatever, I think the Indian team will certainly want to finish this tournament on a high with a big win. After that, whoever is going to stick around or call it quits, that is for another day.